Antonio is moving into a smaller home and wants to get rid of some items he no longer needs. He decides to sell them on eBay, one of the world's biggest online marketplaces. eBay allows Antonio to sell his goods worldwide and charges a small fee on each sale. In this video, we'll follow Antonio as he sells his model train engine on eBay. To begin, he uses his mobile phone to take photos from different angles, including pictures of any damage, so that buyers can see its condition. He emails the photos from his phone to his computer, then saves them onto the computer's desktop, ready to include in his eBay listing. To make the listing, Antonio needs to have an account with eBay. He already has one set up, so he types ebay.com.au into his computer's web browser, then logs in with his username and password. He then clicks on Sell. To help buyers find his item on eBay, Antonio enters a title, and then chooses a category. He writes a description, then adds the photos from his computer's desktop. Antonio chooses to sell by auction, which will end in a week's time. He also sets a starting bid for his item. This is a price that he's willing to accept, although he'd prefer more. He calculates the cost of postage, which will be added to the final sale price. If Antonio sells the model train engine, the buyer will pay eBay, and eBay will transfer the funds into Antonio's bank account. eBay will also take a small fee for managing the sale. Finally, he clicks List It and waits to see if his item will sell. A week later, Antonio receives an email from eBay saying his model train engine has sold. The email shows the buyer's name and the delivery address recorded on their eBay account. It also reminds him not to send his item until he has received payment. The buyer has 4 days to pay. Antonio receives emails from eBay when the funds have been transferred. eBay charges fees to sellers, so the amount deposited into his bank account is a bit less than the final auction price. Now that he's been paid, Antonio carefully packages up the model train engine, takes it to the post office and sends it to the buyer. A couple of days later, he logs into his eBay account to leave feedback for the buyer. They paid promptly, so Antonio makes sure to give them a high rating. He sees that the buyer has left positive feedback for him. This lets others know that he's trustworthy and will help him sell other goods. That's great, because he has a lot of valuable items he won't have room for in his new home.